I'm Adam.
And I'm Easter.
And this is Where There's a
Where
Williams,
there's a Williams,
there's a way.
there's a way.
Hey, Easter. Do you know what the best part of a snow day is?
No school?
No, of course not.
Then what?
Sledding, snowball fights, building a snowman, creating a giant mound of snow and tunneling through it.
That last part is kind of a specialty for rabbits. I wish I still got snow days as an adult.
I kind of do.
Oh yeah, teachers.
But there isn't much snow in Texas.
Would you ever consider moving back to Iowa?
Probably not.
Why not?
There isn't much snow in Texas. I don't really like snow, but I did as a kid. In today's book, a little boy enjoys his snow day. Let's get started. The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. He walked with his toes pointing in like that. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, and he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track.
It looks like a snow train came through.
You mean a sled?
Sure, that works.
What do you think he found to make the new tracks?
A shovel. No, a loose tetherball pole.
Seriously? A loose tetherball pole? Have you ever seen one of those?
I don't know. It could happen. Maybe he was at a school playground. I'm not very good under pressure.
Clearly. It was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow, flop, on top of Peter's head. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he didn't know he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow, and he slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow, and another, and still another. He packed it round and firm, and then put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went inside his warm house.
Rookie mistake. You don't save snowballs for later.
What are you talking about? In movies, people save snowballs in the freezer all the time.
If you have a snowball that will survive inside a freezer with all the other food things, you have to pack it pretty tight.
So?
Well, then it turns into an ice ball, which is not cool to be throwing at people.
What's the difference?
A snowball will fall apart upon impact. An ice ball will give you a concussion.
What if Peter is trying to hit someone inside?
That's bad form. You don't play snowballs inside. People forget that snow is frozen water. As soon as you get inside, it melts into water.
So you're saying you don't condone cold water fights inside the house?
I have no problem going on record with that statement.
He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. I'm starting to suspect that this isn't about a snow day where school is canceled.
Why is that?
When I was a kid and school was canceled, the biggest excitement was that I didn't have to go to school. Sure, I played outside in the snow, but I was constantly thinking something like, right now I would normally be in math, but instead I'm making a snowball.
It did mention that he was too young to participate in a snowball fight.
That's true. So if he's too young to go to school,
then where are his parents?
Exactly.
Didn't you ever go off and explore on your own?
Sure, all the time.
Didn't you ever let your kids go off without you?
Sure, but as a pair, not so much on their own.
So you ended up having a bit different parenting style than your parents.
A better, safer one.
I was going to say a more controlled environment.
Fair enough. Realistically, even if my kids like playing in the snow, it was rarely an option for them in Texas.
Plus, it isn't something that you do frequently. That's what makes a snow day special. It's easy to like the cold weather for one day.
Speaking of liking things, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Easter.
And this is Where There's a Williams,
There's a Way.
Did you know no two snowflakes are exactly alike? Each snowflake follows a slightly different path from the sky to the ground, and therefore encounters slightly different atmospheric conditions on the way down. Therefore, every flake tends to look unique, resembling everything from prisms and needles to the familiar lacy pattern, according to the National Weather Service.